Kim Yoo-jung breaks her innocent image, shockwaves across K-drama fans. What if the face of an angel hid a heart consumed by vengeance, and the spotlight that crowned her also forged the chains of her undoing? In the TVING original series Dear X, premiering exclusively on November 6, 2025, Kim Yoo-jung unleashes a performance so visceral and unyielding that it not only redefines her illustrious career, but also invites audiences into a labyrinth of glamour, manipulation, and inexorable downfall, where every smile conceals a sharpened blade. This audacious adaptation of Vanziun's gripping Naver Webtoon Dear X, a tale that has already ensnared millions with its raw exploration of trauma and triumph, is helmed by the masterful co-direction of Eung-bok and Park So-hyun, whose combined vision infuses the script by Choi Ja-won and Vanziun with layers of psychological depth and cinematic allure. As I pored over the latest teasers and festival buzz, a thrill coursed through me, evoking the electric tension of a storm about to break, promising a narrative that doesn't just entertain, but dissects the soul of ambition in ways both seductive and sobering. At the epicenter of this maelstrom stands Baek Ah Jin, embodied with chilling precision by Kim Yoo-jung, a character who transcends the archetype of the femme fatale to become a mirror reflecting the darkest facets of human resilience. Baek Ah Jin isn't merely driven by desire and venom. She's a survivor sculpted by the unrelenting forge of domestic violence in her childhood, a hell that taught her to bury her emotions deep and wield manipulation like a second skin, reading hearts as easily as she recites lines on set. The series chronicles her ascent from those shadowed origins, a lonely student navigating isolation and abuse, to the zenith of stardom, where she's adored by throngs under blinding spotlights, her glamorous visuals and disarming charm a perfect veil for the cruelty simmering beneath. Yet, this rise is no fairy tale. It's a precarious tightrope walk over an abyss where she tramples her exes, the unwitting pawns in her game of survival, leaving trails of devastation in her wake. The newly released character stills amplify this enigma. One freezes her in youthful innocence, her clear face a beacon of untouched potential, while another captures the wreckage of her present, with rain-soaked, tangled hair framing hollow eyes that stare into a void only she can comprehend. These images lingered with me long after viewing, stirring a profound unease, as if peering into the fractured psyche of someone forever altered by the weight of their secrets, a reminder that beauty, when weaponized, cuts deepest. Delving deeper into Baek Ah Jin's veiled backstory reveals a tapestry woven from threads of misfortune and unyielding will, where dark rumors swirl like smoke around her ascent. Whispers of betrayed allies, fabricated scandals, and alliances forged in desperation. From enduring hellish days in solitude, she emerges, not unbroken, but reforged, her innate temperament, a volatile cocktail of intensity and provocation, honed by an environment that demanded ruthlessness for mere existence. The webtoon's original incarnation amplified this, portraying her as a figure with antisocial personality traits, her manipulations not born of malice alone, but necessity, shocking readers with psychological twists that blurred the lines between villainy and victimhood. In the adaptation, this complexity blooms further. Baek Ah Jin's journey of desperate reversal isn't glorified but interrogated, showing how she overcomes wounds not through redemption but reinvention, transitioning from obscurity to celebrity with a calculated grace that captivates yet repels. Her public persona, a relaxed smile waved to adoring fans, a poised elegance on red carpets, masks this inner turmoil. But the series peels back those layers episode by episode, hinting at the toll through subtle cracks, a fleeting shadow in her gaze, a tremor in her laughter. Reflecting on this duality, I felt a pang of empathy tangled with revulsion, pondering how trauma can twist survival into something so profoundly isolating, turning potential allies into casualties of one's unquenchable thirst for control. Kim Yoo-jung's immersion into Baek Ah Jin marks a seismic shift, a bold departure from her earlier roles in ethereal romances like My Demon or youthful charms in Backstreet Rookie. thrusting her into the role of a psychological thriller's anti-heroine with a ferocity that's already ignited fervent discussions across fan forums and social media. At just 26, Yoo-jung has long been a chameleon of the screen. But here, she speaks of the project as a crucible of self-discovery, brimming with diverse characters and narratives that demanded she confront her own boundaries. In interviews post-Busan International Film Festival, she revealed initial trepidations about embodying such a provocative genre, fears of judgment for portraying a woman so unapologetically flawed. But those dissolved under the stewardship of directors Lee Eung-bok and Park So-hyun, whose trust, alongside the stellar production from Studio Dragon, Monster Union, and Siwoo Company, empowered her to fully surrender. Her method was profoundly introspective, to empty herself, channeling Baek Ah Jin's hollowness by immersing in exercises that evoked emotional voids, aiming to transmit that aching emptiness through every nuanced glance and restrained gesture. The result, glimpsed in teasers, is haunting. Her eyes, once sparkling with innocence, now hold a glacial depth that promises to translate viscerally on screen. As I watched a recent clip of her script reading, where laughter mingled with intense line deliveries, I was struck by her vulnerability, admiring the raw courage it takes to bear one's artistry in service of a character so antithetical to her public warmth. A testament to why she's hailed as one of K-drama land's most daring talents. Orbiting Baek Ah Jin's gravitational pull are the zombies of her world, loyal shadows bound by shared scars and unspoken oaths. Foremost among them, Yoon Jun-so, brought to life by Kim Young-dae in a portrayal that's already generating waves of anticipation for its brooding intensity. Jun-so isn't a mere love interest. He's the architect of his own inferno, a man whose devotion to Ah Jin propels him into moral quagmires, willing to orchestrate destruction to shield her from the fallout of her ambitions. Their bond, forged in the crucible of her traumatic past, pulses with a doomed romance that's equal parts intoxicating and tragic, a melodrama laced with suspense that explores the perils of codependency. Young-dae, fresh from his nuanced turn in No Gain, No Love opposite Shin Mina, infuses Jun-so with expressive eyes that convey volumes, torment, tenderness, terror, in a role that renews his image from romantic leads to something edgier. Complementing this triangle is Kim Jae-oh, played by Kim Do-hoon, another figure tethered to Ah Jin's history of abuse. For him, she becomes an anchor, a reason to endure, even as their alliance teeters on the brink of mutual ruin. Do-hoon, whose breakout in Moving showcased his ability to blend vulnerability with steel, delivers a performance in teasers that's raw and riveting, his chemistry with Yoo-jung sparking rumors of off-screen sparks, swiftly denied by agencies as mere team bonding during a Vietnam production trip that only amplified the hype. Then there's Im Raina, the rival actress and former idol portrayed by Lee Yulim, whose unrequited affection for Jun-so injects fresh tension, her polished facade clashing against Ah Jin's shadowed allure in a web of jealousy and power plays. Additional layers come from supporting luminaries like Kim Yoo-mi and Hong Jong-hyun, whose presences add gravitas to this ensemble, turning interpersonal dynamics into a symphony of betrayal and longing. Observing the script reading photos, where bursts of laughter pierced heated exchanges, I sensed the alchemy at work. These actors not just playing roles, but inhabiting a shared fever dream, their off-screen camaraderie fueling an on-screen volatility that's palpably electric. The creative juggernaut propelling Dear X forward is nothing short of a powerhouse, each element calibrated to elevate the webtoon's provocative essence into a prestige thriller. Lee Eung-bok, the auteur behind genre-defining epics like Sweet Home's monstrous horrors, Mr. Sunshine's historical sweep, Guardian, the Lonely and Great God's mythic romance, and Descendants of the Sun's pulse-pounding action, infuses the series with his hallmark emotional grandeur, ensuring that suspense builds not through cheap shocks, but layered revelations. His co-director, Park So-hyun, renowned for her sensuous precision in intimate character studies, polishes the visuals to a noir sheen, rain-slicked streets mirroring fractured psyches, opulent sets underscoring hollow victories, creating frames that are as aesthetically intoxicating as they are thematically loaded. The script, a collaborative triumph by Choi Ja-won, whose 2018 KBS one-act drama Grand Prize win heralded his knack for taut, character-driven tales like No Path Back, and Vanziun herself, preserves the webtoon's chilling fidelity while expanding its emotional breadth, delving into themes of antisocial tendencies and survival's ethical toll with unflinching honesty. Produced across 12 taut episodes by the collaborative might of Studio Dragon's planning prowess, Monster Union's innovative flair, and Siwoo Company's meticulous execution, the series emerges as TVING's flagship ambition, a bid to rival global streamers with its blend of melodrama, suspense, and psychological noir. Learning of this synergy, especially after the fervor of their Busan showcase, filled me with a buoyant optimism. It's rare to see such pedigree converge on a project unafraid to probe the uncomfortable intersections of love, power, and pathology. The series' triumphant bow at the 30th Busan International Film Festival from September 17 through 26, 2025, wasn't mere prelude, but a seismic event, catapulting Dear X into the stratosphere of anticipation with screenings in the coveted on-screen section that sold out in minutes. Episodes 1 and 2 premiered to rapturous acclaim, audiences ensnared by the sensuous production values, visual splendor, and actors' audacious transformations. Kim Yoo-jung's bewitching descent drawing gasps, her pleasure of immorality evoking a wicked thrill that left panels buzzing. Red carpet struts by the cast, Yoo-jung in ethereal gowns, Youngdae's sharp charisma, Do-hoon's boyish charm alongside Yulum's poised elegance ignited social media frenzies, with fans dissecting every glance and gesture, from GV, audience conversations, where producer Kim Ryun-hee touted it as the best work under Lee's baton, to outdoor stage greetings that pulsed with immersive energy. Critics hailed it as a melodrama noir masterpiece, praising how it unravels Ah Jin's devilish backstory from childhood shadows to red carpet zeniths, blending glossy allure with gritty introspection. The festival's embrace, amid whispers of copycat poster controversies swiftly addressed by TVING, only amplified the narrative's grip, positioning Dear X as Biff's breakout, a harbinger of its fall dominance. Recalling the viral clips of cast banter, Youngdae quipping about zooming in on the drama's intimacy, I couldn't suppress a grin, feeling the communal pulse of fandoms uniting in eager suspense. A prelude to the global conversations this series is poised to spark. What elevates Dear X beyond its thriller trappings is its merciless excavation of corruption's anatomy, where ambition isn't a virtue but a venomous bloom, its petals pretty until they poison the soil. Baek Ah Jin's saga eschews tidy arcs for a gritty mosaic, her use of any means necessary, from orchestrated scandals to emotional puppeteering, unpredictable in execution, inscrutable in motive, rooted in a past where kindness was a luxury she couldn't afford. The webtoon's legacy, with its shocking dives into her sociopathic edges, finds richer soil here, expanded to interrogate how environment and temperament conspire to birth such a force, her actions a desperate bid for agency in a world that once stripped her bare. Yet, tragedy infuses every triumph. Those she topples, like the entangled lovers and rivals in her orbit, rise as specters, their vendettas weaving a noose around her empire. The stills foreshadow this arc's darkness, a hard-fought reinvention marked by dazzling adoration but shadowed by inevitable collapse, while teasers pulse with motifs of shattered glass and encroaching voids, symbolizing the fragility of her facade. This thematic boldness resonated deeply with me, evoking real-world parallels to fame's Faustian bargains, where icons like those in Hollywood's underbelly trade souls for stardom, leaving me to muse on the universal cost of outrunning one's ghosts. The production's opulence, a hallmark of Studio Dragon's global caliber output, ensures Dear X is as much a sensory feast as a narrative one, Its 12 episodes a meticulously paced descent, blending heart-wrenching melodrama with edge-of-seat suspense. Visuals oscillate from Ah Jin's glittering premieres, cameras flashing like accusatory eyes, to claustrophobic flashbacks of abuse. Park So-hyun's meticulous eye capturing the erotic undercurrents of power plays with a subtlety that's both alluring and alarming. Sound design amplifies the unease, a heartbeat's erratic thrum underscoring manipulations, silences heavy with unspoken threats, all orchestrated to immerse viewers in Baek Ah Jin's inscrutable mind. Amid production whispers, like Do-hoon's brief bike accident on set, from which he recovered swiftly without recasting, the team's resilience shone, channeling mishaps into heightened authenticity. The stills, now augmented by teaser frames of tangled embraces and fractured reflections, portend a character evolution that's as haunting as it is hypnotic. Yoo-jung's daring evolution from ingenue to iconoclast, already etching her into 2025's must-watch pantheon. As I revisited these elements, a chill of exhilaration washed over me, underscoring how rare it is for a series to marry technical virtuosity with such unflagging emotional honesty. For Kim Yoo-jung, Dear X isn't just a milestone. It's a manifesto of artistic evolution, a leap that builds on her post-My Demon resurgence while shattering expectations. At the BIFF GV, she articulated the role's allure as a new experience, fraught with genre fears, yet one that bloomed through unwavering faith in her collaborators, from Lee's sweeping vision to the cast's symbiotic energy. Her quest to embody hollowness, through meditative voids and physical immersions, promises a screen presence that's transformative. Her subtle micro-expressions in promos already dissecting Ah Jin's layered psyche with surgical grace. Fans, from webtoon devotees to casual K-drama enthusiasts, have rallied en masse, with X threads exploding over her birthday tributes tying into the series' themes, and mutual hunts for hype partners underscoring the grassroots fervor. This wave of adoration, coupled with rumors of Hwang In-youp's tantalizing cameo as Hyo In-kung, an enigmatic figure adding further intrigue, positions Yoo-jung as the linchpin of a phenomenon. Contemplating her trajectory, I felt a swell of pride. In an industry that often pigeonholes its stars, her embrace of complexity heralds a new era of fearless femininity on screen. Layering in the broader ecosystem, Dear X thrives amid a renaissance of webtoon adaptations, standing shoulder to shoulder with hits like Moving while carving its niche in psychological thrillers. Its 2025 slot primed for awards chatter given the cast's pedigree, Youngdae's emotive range from Moon in the Day, Do-hoon's breakout charisma, Yulum's rising poise from The 8 Show. Social media pulses with unbridled excitement. X users dissecting new stills of Do-hoon's brooding Jo, gushing over Yoo-jung and Youngdae's electric proximity in teasers, clamoring for earlier airings with cries of "Gasabarb-dit" that blend Indonesian fervor with global appeal. The series' motifs, broken mirrors, crushed petals, echo in fan art and theories, speculating on Ah Jin's fate mirroring the webtoon's chilling end, while behind-the-scenes glimpses, like child actress Ki So-yu's tender portrayal of young Ah Jin, add poignant depth. Even offset levity, from cast trips to Vietnam fostering denied romances, humanizes the machine, reminding us of the bonds fueling this creation. This communal tapestry left me invigorated, sensing Dear X as more than entertainment, a cultural touchstone dissecting ambition's double-edged sword in our image-obsessed age. Ultimately, Dear X transcends its suspenseful shell to become a profound elegy for the damned, where Baek Ah Jin's odyssey from wounded ingenue to manipulative maven illuminates survival's savage poetry. Her corruption, a siren song of doomed love and relentless drive. In 12 episodes of unrelenting grip, it marries visceral thrills with introspective barbs, courtesy of a cast whose chemistry crackles. Yoo-jung's venomous poise clashing against Youngdae's sacrificial fire, Do-hoon's tormented loyalty, Yulum's simmering rivalry. Under a creative banner that's unassailably elite, As fall's most anticipated chiller, blending webtoon fidelity with cinematic innovation, it beckons viewers to confront the masks we all don, the X's we trample in pursuit of light. From Biff's fevered reception to X's viral storm, the hype is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I, amidst this crescendo, am utterly ensnared, eager for November 6th, when TVING unleashes a masterpiece that will linger like a half-remembered nightmare, challenging us to cherish the fragile humanity beneath our own spotlit veneers.